This video is brought to you by the Wonderful 101, exclusively on Wii U.
Hey guys, Eric and Jim here to talk about the big news that Gotham is coming to Fox, the young Commissioner Gordon TV show. This is ordered straight to series, so this isn't one of those in development things. This is coming probably next fall.
Yeah, it's not getting Wonder Woman's like past pilots. You said young Commissioner Gordon. How young?
Right. That's the big question. We know he's a detective. They say it'll be his origin. But again, you know, the fact is that it's Warner Brothers producing, obviously, with DC. They didn't go to the CW for this one, which is the natural place for all their properties. So we're thinking, yes, it's a young Gordon, but maybe it's not as young, because CW likes their young stars.
Well, it's the producer of The Mentalist, too.
Yeah.
And, you know, he could be a guy in his 30s. I mean, is he going to be Sergeant Gordon working his way up the ranks? Is he Lieutenant Gordon bucking for a commissioner? Not that he was really bucking, but you know what I mean.
Right.
You know, is he going to be married? Will he have a bunch of love interests? I know these are all like TV tropes, but what if he has, you know, he's going to take care of his little niece Barbara, who just is a wonder on the computer, and boy, those cartwheels she can do. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know how much it'll, like, you know, have those hints, those tie-ins. They said no Batman. This is before Batman has appeared. But again, this raises the question of how early before Batman.
Yeah.
You know, we were just discussing the fact that, do they want to do what Batman Begins did, you know, and Gordon helps a young Bruce Wayne? Could that happen?
Yeah, is the Wayne, the murder of the Wayne parents, is that going to be an integral part of maybe season 1? Is Gordon investigating, you know, who murdered them and why? I mean, you could call from different things in the comics. You know, could there be like a Court of Owls thing going on there, Black Glove? I mean, there's a number of different ways you could go with that.
Yeah, and then, you know, they also mentioned Deadline, who broke the story, said something about also looking at sort of the villains that are emerging in Gotham, which raises a lot of questions about the iconic Batman villains. And will we meet some of them? Will we meet them in their sort of proto-state? Will Edward Nygma appear, but he will not be the Riddler? All those sorts of things.
I mean, could you have the Falcone crime family just kind of, you know, really getting their hooks now into Gotham? Could it be Black Mask? Could there be League of Shadows or League of Assassins involved? I mean, we don't know. I mean, there's a lot of actually very cool directions you could go. You could have Oswald Cobblepot actually running a club and be this sort of shady mobster type guy.
Right.
There's a bunch of different directions.
You know, Fox, they do like to sort of do those edgy, dark thrillers. The Following, right now, another Warner Brothers produced show. They've got, you were making a good analogy for a big Fox action thriller of the past. Okay,
here's an idea. What if, you know, we're following Gordon and he's just this driven guy. What if it's basically 24 with DC supervillains? Right. You know, if he's this kind of Jack Bauer type and there's this major threat and we kind of understand, like, you know, by the end of the series, this is much more of a job than any one man can handle. And gee, if there was only a guy in a cape with, you know, lots of money and lots of toys that could help me out.
Right, because we were saying the weird thing is if he does face known Batman villains and possibly captures them or beats them, then you're undercutting what Batman
the need for
accomplishes.
Batman. I mean, and I think also you're going to have to see like a the corruption of Gotham, and so there's going to have to be that element of it too, where, you know, we see that there are a number of roadblocks, not just supervillains that he has to deal with. So will we see characters like Rupert Thorne? Will we see you know, Commissioner Loeb again? I mean, it's going to be interesting. You know, will Sarah Essen maybe show up? You know, Harvey Bullock, Flass. I mean, there
Harvey
are
Dent.
Harvey Dent, a young. Think about it, a young assistant district attorney, Harvey Dent.
Or he could just be an attorney. You know?
And we could just see maybe there's this whole kind of a storyline, kind of like what they're doing on Hannibal. When you follow Hannibal, it's not necessarily about him. But you see sort of the beginnings of how this guy is going on. You know, is Breaking Bad.
Our last big question about this show right now is nothing but questions because it just got announced, is continuity with the other DC live-action properties. We're already curious how Arrow and The Flash, if that happens now as a spin-off, will or will not tie into Man of Steel and the Batman-Superman movie. And they haven't given us an answer. They actually implied they haven't even discussed that, which seems insane. Now you're going to have this other DC TV show on a different network that takes place earlier, apparently, than any of the other events happen.
And I don't imagine that it'll actually be the same continuity.
Yeah.
However, one kind of get around with all this is that since it is following an earlier Gordon, a pre-Batman, it doesn't necessarily trample on anything that is going to happen in the rebooted movie universe with Ben Affleck, since he is supposed to be an older Batman.
Right. But
so, you know.
But at the same time, yeah, like I don't think they want to spend the money to make it a period piece, so it'll have to be a loose origin if you want to say this is the backstory for our new Commissioner Gordon whenever we meet him. It would have to be loose because I doubt they're going to set it in the 70s or something, even though that'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a very Serpico vibe to it.
Right. So plenty of questions. Are you excited? We're definitely excited. We just have a lot we're wondering about this project. Are you as well? You know, have you any trepidation? Let us know in the comments, and we'll be following a lot more about Gotham here at IGN.